Kill him. Just another day. Get out of my face.
Welcome to Find Your Outdoors. I'm your host, Frank Willem. This week, FYO Pro Staff member Ryan Fiveash and our good friend and combat veteran Matt Pitts joined Jacob Johnson and his team from Muddy Rice Outfitters on a teal hunt. They're pretty pumped, so let's head on over to Katy, Texas to get in on the action.
West of Katy, Texas, FYO Pro Staff member Ryan Fiveash and combat veteran Matt Pitts are joining Muddy Rice Outfitters for an early season teal hunt. Texas is known for producing great teal hunts, and the expectations are high for the weekend.
Hey y'all, this is Jacob Johnson with Muddy Rice Outfitters. We're out here in Sealy, Texas. We have the Find Your Outdoors team with us this weekend. We're looking forward to a wonderful weekend and shooting teal in the face. Out here we have 3,000 acres of land. We have rice fields, we have CRP, we have some millet planted in most of our duck ponds with a combination of smartweed, so that we can provide a habitat for our waterfowl.
Will McDougall with Muddy Rice Outfitters, one of the owners. Yeah, our management practice, we put a lot of time and effort to making sure that our ponds are ready to go, starting with early season during teal season, of having the ponds pumped up, ready to go, and making sure that throughout the year we have food to last us all the way to January. So we plan our ponds in stages so that in September we have food ready for the teal, and in early season, November, throughout January, we have food on a consistent basis for all the ducks.
On property, we also have a lodge that sleeps some of our members. It has full kitchen, it's fully supplied, and nice TVs on the porch so we can sit outside at night and watch the Astros or watch football and be able to have some camaraderie and really get along.
Jacob takes Ryan and Matt on a tour of the property to check out some of the hot spots.
We've done a lot to evolve this farm into what I would consider a duck hunting paradise. And as we stop, I'll show you what we've done to some of these specific ponds to get them to be more duck habitat, is how I would refer to it. And I guess you could call it more sexy to the bird. So this is the corner. This pond is very successful. It's where we'll be in the morning. I think we're going to have a good shoot here. Today that south wind kicked up, the clouds went away, we got some heat, we got some sunshine. The birds that are on the coast, I think they're going to start pushing back up north with that south wind. I think we're going to have a pretty good shoot in the morning, personally. Ponds, this is one of our pride and joys here. It's a huge pond. We named it Duck Salad, and the main reason being because Japanese millet's known as duck salad. And so there's only about a ½ inch of water over all of this millet, and it's going to keep it growing. It gives it the exact amount of soil concentration, the exact amount of moisture concentration it needs to get that seed to grow, and it really pops. And we're going to try to get in here and see if we can get a piece of it so you can see what it looks like when it starts to head out. All those little seeds, that's what the ducks want. Right there. And so if you can imagine this right here in my hand, being across this entire 8 acres right here, that's a hell of a food plot for ducks.
Along with us this weekend, we have Matt Pitts, who's a wounded warrior. He did 2 tours in Afghanistan, and he came on with Find Your Outdoors, and he's a remarkable person, and we're really looking forward to putting him in the blind and sharing some memories with him.
Hunting the corner pond, the guys get their decoys set out before sunrise.
All right, guys, we're in Katy, Texas. We just got the decoys out. Everybody's getting set up. We're getting into the blind, fixing to get things kicked off.
A dense fog covered the skies early, keeping the ducks down, but it wasn't long before the action picked up.
Kill him.
All right, so on day one, you know, we had Find Your Outdoors in the blind. It was the first day, and you know, these guys are really not used to shooting teal like we are down here in South Texas. South Texas teal is where it's at. That's what we're known for. And so these boys came from Mississippi, drove all night long, woke up early, and got here. And we said, man, what is it like? And we told them, look, they're like Mach 7. They're like fighter jets when they fly over your head. And man, it was perfect. We had this big group, about 20, come over. And when you hear their wings cut that wind, it just whoosh. And they did that, and they banked out in front of us. And when they came in, they cut over, and we knocked out 5 of them. Man, they were pumped up. We were hooping and hollering, and that's what teal hunting's about right there, is when you can hear their wings cut that wind, and they bank down in front of you, and you lay them out. That's all there is to it.
The lifting fog brought in several good groups of birds, but as the sun continued to rise, the birds began to bed down for the day. Ryan and Matt got their first taste of a Texas teal hunt, and the gang packed up the decoys to head back to camp.
All right, so this morning we took a banded blue-winged teal. Basically what this band is that during the spring seasons, these Ducks Unlimited, Delta waterfowl, conservationists, they'll go out and they trap these birds with nets, and they'll take a band and they band them. This band has a serial number on it, and when you put that serial number into an application on your phone or into a website, it tells you how old the bird was, where it was born, where it was banded, and then that way you kind of have an idea of how old it is, where it's flown from to get to you, and then you turn that in and they can document that that bird has been harvested, so then they don't follow that band number anymore. All right, so here at MRO, when you clean birds, if you clean them on site, you got to leave a wing on them to travel. That's state law, federal law for transporting birds. So what we bought here is bird hitch. It's called the bird hitch. You can get it online. It's a fantastic tool. You put that point underneath the breastbone, grab your wings, and when you pull back, it saves your breast and each wing. And then you just pull that skin off, and there's your breast meat ready to go in the pot. A great tool. You can get it at waterfowljunkie.com. MRO loves them. As you can see, we bought 2 of them. You can clean a mess of birds in about 10 minutes. Oh! So here we use this quack rack, developed and designed right here in Texas. Amazing tool for the waterfowl hunter. It doesn't matter if you're a guide, if you're a lease member, a club member, if you're just a regular guy who hunts 3-4 times a year. The quack rack is a must. It's got all these different slots here to put your lifetime decoy clips, and it has these on the side, these holders, and you set them, and you can put 12 dozen decoys on this one quack rack, 6 dozen on each side. It's a great tool. It has storage up top, so as you can see, we can put our bags up there, and then it leaves the bed of your Ranger completely empty so you can put more stuff. Wonderful mojo holders here, or any other type of spinning wing decoy that has a rod in it. It holds them secure.
nothing flies out. It has a light system in it, so that way at night you have the red light so you can see what you need to get in and out of your blind. And just a great all-around tool, and if you don't have one, you really need to get out there and get one.
Ryan and Matt join the Muddy Rice members for a fun game shooting clays. Knockout is a game where the shooters stand in a line. If you miss your bird, the shooter after you has a chance to shoot your bird and eliminate you from the competition.
Muddy Rice is all about good fellowship, getting the kids in the outdoors. We all have kids out here, and we encourage kids to be out here and enjoy the outdoors.
Tell him pull, man, when he ain't ready.
Oh! Oh!
Good job, bud. Like that?
Yeah.
These guys.
Oh, see ya! You can't be great all the time, okay? And today I was fairly defeated by a Mississippian.
Feels like shooting clays. Just another day. How's it feel?
Get out of my face.
At Muddy Rice, the nights are always capped off with good times around the campfire.
So here at Muddy Rice Outfitters, we are a strong believer in supporting our veterans and supporting first responders, teachers, anybody that's out in the community, really helping the community. So we were able to get in contact with Find Your Outdoors and schedule this hunt, and they actually brought a veteran, Matt Pitts, out.
So that was like what we didn't want to happen. So of course we see the spot, and we start to go across the stream with this dry stream bed. We go down, as soon as we start to go back up the other side, everything just goes brown. And it's like, took a second, you know, just, because we got hearing protective headsets, and when it exploded, it sounded like somebody was on the other side of a piece of plywood rubbing sandpaper really fast. You know, shh, that's what it sounded like, shh, that's all I heard. And I just kind of realized there's dust everywhere, and I couldn't see out my window. I was like, whoa, what just happened? I looked at my driver, and he was looking at me with the same puzzled look on his face, like, man, what just happened? And, you know, I always thought, man, when I get blown up, it's going to scare me to death. There's no time to be scared. It's just that quick. Just. So we're like looking at each other and like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not bleeding anywhere. Are you bleeding? No. I look back at everybody else in the back of the truck. Hey, you guys good? Like, yeah, we're good. And we're like, whoa. Yeah, that's when it starts sinking in. And you look out and realize everything that's used to be on the outside of the truck, it's gone.
Myself and my co-owner, Will McDougall, we're both full-time firemen. That is our passion and our drive outside of hunting. And we feel that it's important to understand that veterans, first responders, and teachers truly need to be appreciated for what they do for everybody in our country, our communities, our cities, and municipalities that we're associated with.
Kill him!
We're just waiting on some teal. Just get the right time, prime time.
Jacob and Will have taken Ryan and Matt to another pond across the property for the second morning hunt.
Kill him!
Good boy. Good boy. Here.
Good job, guys. Good shot. Good shot. Well done.
It sounded like a war zone with the shots coming from around camp, but the guys made the best of the few groups of teal that came into their pond.
All right, day 2, wrapping up the hunt. It was a good weekend all in all. Here at MRO, we use lifetime decoy rigs, the best on the market. For as much as we hunt, you need a rig that you're going to rely on. With that PVC coated steel cable, it makes it really durable, no memory, and we love them here. For as much as we hunt, we can depend on them for every time. You need something that you can rely on, that you know is not going to break, that you know is going to be there every time. And man, it really makes them easy to pick them up and put them out. They don't get tangled. They have no memory to them. You can do whatever you want with these things. It's the close of the weekend. We had a real good weekend. First day we really shot birds. Second day was a little bit slower, but still a good hunt. Overall, we shot over 150 birds for the weekend, and we couldn't ask for a better time. We spent time around the fire. We had a skeet shoot. We went and toured the property and got to really show Matt and Find Your Outdoors what we're about here at MRO. One thing that we want everyone to know is that at MRO, we put in a lot of work. We put in a lot of effort to make sure that we do things right. Here at MRO, we really want to thank y'all for joining us. We really want to thank Find Your Outdoor team for joining us, and special guest Matt Pitts for coming out here and helping us put the smack down on the teal. And we know that we have formed friendships that are going to go a lot further than just this camp house, and we look forward to hitting with them again.
Land management, sustainable habitats, food plots, natural resources, financing. Southern Ag Credit presents Land Talk, hosted by Alex Reiser on Find Your Outdoors TV.
Hi folks, welcome back to Land Talk, brought to you by Southern Ag Credit. I'm your host, Alex Reiser, and today's topic is a fun one. Today I want to talk to you about how to increase the value of raw hunting land. Now, of course, we all want that big turnkey hunting tract that is loaded with bottomland hardwoods, food plots, duck blinds, and I hope we all have that opportunity one day. But today is more focused on purchasing recreational hunting tracts on a budget and how to increase that value. A lot of our borrowers here at Southern Ag Credit are in the land business and purchasing land for investment. Over 50% of our portfolio includes recreational and timber loans. There's a lot of land that is out there. Some of it overpriced, some of it can be purchased below market value. So if you find the right deal on a piece of property within your budget, how do you maximize the opportunities for your investment? These raw timber properties can be turned into recreational havens with just a little sweat equity. A chainsaw and a tractor can go a long way to improve wildlife habitat. In my experience, I've seen people purchase a small 40-acre block of land at rock bottom price and spend the weekend cutting non-merchantable timber to create several bedding areas on the property. Instantly, they've created a better habitat for their deer herd, increasing recreational value of their property on the resale. You can go a step further by getting a dozer or mulcher on the property to push small non-merchantable timber to create food plots on your property. Once you've cleared a few areas for food plots, you can add a deer stand for under $100 and strategically place them on the food plots. This makes the property more appeasing to the next purchaser who is on a strict budget. And that is the key to this process. Sit down and know your budget of what you can afford and what you're comfortable spending. You have to really pay attention to the market to know good investment. And we've discussed in previous segments, hiring the right land realtor can help you build that land portfolio. If you have questions about the value of land or don't know where to start on your budget, give me a call at Southern Ag Credit and we can help you start from the ground up. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next week on Land Talk, brought to you by Southern Ag Credit.